Okay. You know what it is. It's Labor's Day. You know what it is. You know who it is. It's yours, Bernie. It's yours truly. Cut. Hold on. Switch. Man, come on. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's yours truly. It's Bernie the Boxer. I said we're going to kick that thing off like this. Bernie the Boxer. And yes, we here again. We here again. Did you miss me? Hey, listen, we got some stuff to talk about. Woo. Let's go. It's Bernie the Boxer, blocking the gossip, ready to lock and load. Letting the truth be told. So check out his episodes, hitting you with the raw facts of who be getting their jaw cracked. If you ain't got the knowledge of the sweet signs, call back. Call it bluff, they quick to scream, pull up, fool. Have some goals in the old school, parked inside your living room. Jews be faking the news for the sake of raising the views, changing narratives with propaganda. Stay tuned, let's talk boxing. No job, no gossip. You want the facts, get it first from Bernie the Boxer. The mother podcast trash, you'll never be hotter. Cause spreading rules, up in the news for power. What you said is your mind to yourself. You gotta eat, sleep, breathe this to understand. If you ain't there, you ain't a genuine boxing fan. Get the news from the source, not the news popping off about who can be who doing what in the sport. Never felt the pain from the rain, brawls in the wars, but with accolades, even though what they report is false. Listen, dog, all your favorite fighters' belts coming off, and they coming home with us. Just agree to log on. Let's talk boxing. No job, no gossip. You want the facts, get it first from Bernie the Boxer. The mother podcast trash, you'll never be hotter. Cause spreading rules, up in the news for power. Yeah. So I'm now tuning in to the Bernie the Boxer podcast show. I want to come talk to y'all about what's going on. Nasty, cold-blooded. 10 times, Steve Penn. I appreciate you, man. That's cold-blooded. Sure enough, if I can say something else, see, they say if it was a fifth and yada. But, man, when I finally do get it, get this, little more better production, I want my shit to be like excuse my language, like the Fresh Prince. The whole little song, we're going to have a whole little stop, man, just like the Fresh Prince. You feel me? We're going to go from there to there, Okay, appreciate everybody in the chat, man. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's yours truly, it's Bernie the Boxer. It's Labor Day. You feel me? It's Labor Day. Hope y'all chilled out because I know y'all been working and doing everything you got to do to stay afloat. And I appreciate y'all. You understand? I've been on the same thing, trying to kick back. But tomorrow, it is what it is. We back to it. I say, well, I got to give them something. You understand? Give them something. We're going to go to bed to this. You understand? You already watched the football and did that and ate good now. It's time for the Bernie the Boxer show, baby. Let's talk, man. Let's talk this boxing, man. Like I say, you know who it is. It's yours truly, it's Bernie the Boxer. I say, did you miss me? Oh, cold-blooded, boy. Shut off the rip, man. Okay. Just a guy, man. Cool Breeze, Nate Johnson, Paper Chase Cannabis, all good stuff. Okay, so like I said, you see my title. We got the biggest fight coming on. We don't know when it's going to get announced. We don't know if it's going to happen. It should happen, but we don't know. So we're going to talk about that. We had some big things last night. With Ortiz getting stopped, losing a decision to Ortiz, what's his name, Ruiz, heavyweight shakeup. Never know what's in the heavyweight division. I didn't watch it, a good fight. I just know the result. We had the Pitbull come off looking good, stop this guy in brutal fashion, maybe deserving a shot of Tank rematch. He's been fought back-to-back fights. I think he went right back in with Gamboa after he lost to Tank. And, he's steady on the steady climb. Young fella, too. So, I don't know, always a good fight when two fighters like to fight. That fella like to come and Tank, he can bring it too. So, plus Viva la Mexico, baby. Viva la Mexico. They coming with him. He on the steady train. So that's something to look forward to. What else is new? I wanted to talk. I missed it, but I also wanted to talk about the shakeup in the pound-for-pound rankings of ESPN. I got to talk about it last time, but I didn't get to talk about it. Devin upset he wasn't on there. I was thinking he should have been on there too. Charlo wasn't on there. Okay, but it is what it is. We're going to talk about all that. Kevin Starks, appreciate you. Postman, Hova 575, Mac World, Luke Colazzo. Okay. We got the girls going up this weekend. We talking about stuff that ain't that it don't matter if it never was. Don't matter if it don't happen. Let's talk about what's happening. And the girls is getting it on this weekend. We got an all-star lineup this weekend, September the 10th. We got them girls going up. I'm gonna look up when I get off. I'm gonna go watch the hype of the fight. I didn't see the background scenes of them training and everything. I seen Michaela on her little Instagram or whatever. I seen the build up to it. I ain't seen nothing of it, nothing else. I don't know where it's at. Is it gonna be on ESPN? I don't know. But anyway, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen no blood, sweat, and tears or nothing. Them girls needed to have blood, sweat, and tears. You know, them girls gonna good copy. So I think it's gonna be some hell of a fights, all-star fights this weekend. You know, you got unified championships going up. Everybody, all the girls, they all champions on the whole card. Everybody got a championship. So they're unifying. You know, they got big pedigrees. They Olympians. You know, all that good stuff. So we look, hey, boy, I tell you, they were listening to Bernie. They would listen to Bernie. Like I said, like I talked to my boy. I talked to a legend in the city today, Jimbo. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jimbo. 140 pounder, 12-0. Said forget boxing is when they full of shit. You know, I don't need. Come on now. Okay, but anyway, like I say, I seen him. Talked to him today, and like he say, what they do to stack the card. You can't worry about the headliner all the time. You got to make their money's worth. You know, you got to stack that undercard, man. And I think they're doing that with this one. So looking for this weekend. You know what they charge for that weekend? They charge $80 for it, T's now. Jesus, $80? Oh man, I don't know how many they did with that. $80. I know they love Andy Ruiz, bug. Andy Ruiz, yeah, I don't know. I mean, man, Andy Ruiz, good peoples, but I mean, Viva La Mexico and everything, but $80? Damn, boy. God damn, ain't $80. But anyway, so like I said, I don't know what this card is happening this weekend. I don't know if it's free or not. It might be pay-per-view. I don't know. It's such a hell of a fight, but I know they're going up on the UK because you got Savannah Marshall. That's her hometown. We got Clarissa Shields going up against her. She's a 3-division world champion, of course, undisputed in 2-weight divisions, unified in this division. And I don't know if this might be undisputed for her too, or she might be missing one of them. But hell, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Michaela Mayer, Baumgartner, but so many dynamics to that. I mean, this is one for the women too. If it's something, if y'all gonna hang out and watch the fight, the girls do like watching the fights. This is gonna be a hell of a fight because it's all about them. You know, girl, what can you say? And these ain't no slouch girls. You know, these is top-notch girls. So hell, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Give us something to do. Shout out to the ladies. Okay, now. What else happened? Let me see what else happened. I can't remember what else happened. Ortiz did that. Abner Mares didn't look so good. They said I didn't watch that. But hell, man, that man been out 5 years, and I knew that was a tough fight. Him fighting Flores, even though Flores got stopped in his last fight, he gave Santa Cruz probably that fight. It probably could have been a draw. They gave it that fight to Santa Cruz because that boy was right there with him. Now he probably lost a little luster after he didn't get that decision. But you know he got stopped. But hell, coming back, you know, I mean, one loss don't stop you. So I mean, you know, he had a lot to gain. You know, Abner Mares is somebody to get up for. You know, being again a big name 3-division world champion, and you know, hell of a fighter. You know, real savvy fighter. You know, so what's name was going to be definitely amped up to fight him, and he fought a good fight. You know, Abner Mares ain't never been that big of a guy anyway, fighting at 135 pounds. He really was 118 pounder, 22 pounder. You know, 26 was really probably his max, and you know, hell, shit. So I give him a super shout out. I want to speaking of that, like I say, for boxing, you got to understand a boxer. You know, when you become a boxer, it makes you somebody, you know, even if you're a low level boxer, you know, people treat you like you royalty, you know, because you box, you know, it's a certain respect that a fighter receives, you know, it's a certain respect that go along with being a fighter. And that's why, you know, if you're a fighter, take it serious, you know, I don't like them guys that just play around with this, you know, do it for Instagram or, you know, just for talking and you know, for kicks to shatter sound tough. You know, I love the guys that's really in it and try to at least, if you're going to do it good. And then when you ain't, don't do it, you know, at all. So, I mean, like I say, him coming back, you know, I mean, it's hard for a guy to hang up them gloves anyway. It's just natural for you to fight. And, you know, being young and still in good shape and having such a, you know, tremendous career and not to let that eye get you. I understand where he came from. So, you know, I'm looking for him to get better. I'm sure he's probably going to stay in the gym. His weight going to come down a little bit lower. And, you know, again, man, you know, Sugar Ray Robinson, after retire, he lost to Tiger Johnson. Shit. Sugar Ray Leonard, after he came back from off of the eye surgery, he lost to what? Kevin Lane or something, got dropped, and he retired. You know, you don't always look good sometimes coming off a long layoff. You know, sometimes it can do you good, sometimes it can't. So anyway, as far as about Abner Mares, you know, I got a lot of respect for him. They went to saying about should he deserve a Hall of Fame? I don't know if he deserved a Hall of Fame, but I think that he's definitely got a respectable career, being that the guy he beat for the bantamweight championship, Yanni Perez, wasn't no joke. Tall, rangy fella, hard punching guy. I think he fought him twice for the IBF championship. He beat that hell of a boxer, Anselmo Moreno from where is he from? Colombia or something? That bad boxing Southpaw mother boy, please, man. That bantamweight, that boy was a hell of a boxer. Mares almost kind of ruined him. Go do your homework on Anselmo Moreno, man. When Mares beat that guy, I definitely had Moreno. I seen Anselmo Moreno, bad boxing fella, bad. So he didn't take no slouch. He was in there with Santa Cruz. He did get stopped by Johnny Gonzalez, but did you see who Johnny Gonzalez is? Watch Johnny Gonzalez versus Israel Vasquez. That's when I first seen him. Hell of a fight. I mean, that boy can fight. He was a seasoned veteran, had been around the block a couple times, he got the heart of a lion, the will of a champion. That's what he did. And he came through. He stopped that boy with a beautiful left hook, stopped him in the first round. That ain't no slouch for Abner Mares. Johnny Gonzalez, a hell of a fighter. Go check his resume, seasoned fighter, really great fighter, good fighter, know the ins and outs of the rope. So before you say, like I say, man, you can't, man, he might lost a lot, but he won a lot too. You got to understand that. Don't estimate how much he won, too. He was a world champion, been in great fights. Shit. So, like I say, you got to give them boys respect like that. I give them super respect. Even, like I say, Emmanuel Augustus, a fella, you see the stuff he was doing in that ring? Masterpiece. He was doing artwork in there. That man was inventing stuff in that ring, and being successful. So, for that reason, I give him a lot of respect in there. Not just a lay-down guy. Okay, now, I want to give a super shout-out to everybody fought this weekend. We had our annual fights at September Fest. I want to give a super shout out to Jose Camacho. Man, beautiful first round stoppage, body shot. Kid, you coming along great. We had the return of Kevin Ventura, former Golden Boy signee, hell of a fighter, beautiful potential. Life kind of got in the way on him, but he came back tonight, had a good work this weekend, had a great 6 rounders, got a little work in, got some exercise in. And, I'm looking for more things to him. You got my boy, Raul Chivera. I love Raul, because he's a passionate fella, a fella that fights with his heart, that lives with his heart, and, you just got to let him be who he is. I think he's a tremendous fella, great father. And like I say, he's a warrior in there. You hit him once, he's going to hit you 5 times. And, I appreciate him because he was listening. He started to listen, and I was great on him, and I hope he can understand that, The Mexican fighters, they don't like to box. That's just true. I don't know what it is about them people. They come up hard, and they just as genius and smart as us, just as any boxing mind, Nacho Beristain, Barrera's trainer, what was Maldonado, all these, great trainers, from Mexico. And, they got minds too, but maybe from what it is that where they come from, just, true grit and man, them boys, they just like to bang. And Raul, he one of them, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's to his discredit, but when he got on his toes and he started boxing, everything started opening up for him. So I want to give him a super shout out. Everybody else that followed on the cards, boxing ain't easy. You got in there and did your thing. Let's keep upping up the ante and keep going. You don't play boxing. What Bud Crawford said, you don't play boxing. Okay, you get hurt in there. All right. So now listen to this. What else I want to talk about? So I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Then we're gonna talk about the main thing. We want to talk about Devin Haney not being in the record. Now, you see how ESPN, I talked on that. ESPN, boy, like I said, everybody can be bought. That's the whole thing about this. That's so urgent. Everybody can be bought. Like, Timothy Bradley, he say Bud Crawford in his mind, pound for pound. You can switch it however you want to switch it. I think ESPN might have had Bud Crawford number 1, but they didn't have. How you don't have Devin? And I think he signed with them almost. Now, Devin, I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's done. I think. Does he deserve to be on the pound for pound? Now, Lomachenko, that's what they have. Everybody had a lot of stuff to say about Lomachenko being on that list. And Charlo wasn't on that list. And I think Charlo, over time, since what he's improved and the lumps he took, I think he deserved to be on the pound for pound list. But Lomachenko, like I say, we had a debate on it, and I thought, okay, I will agree. Maybe 11 or 12, not in the top 10, being that you did lose the fight to T.O., and the guys that you fought was good fighters, but they was never world champions. And You know, but he did look good in spectacular fashion, but you can't put him in the top 10, no matter how you want to put it. I know he got the right complexion for the direction, but you understand, you got to just be fair with this stuff. And I would say a guy like Charlo, like I say, who has lost and came back and revenged his defeats in dramatic fashion, who's added on, has won the Undisputed Championship in dramatic fashion with that great knockout of what's his name, Jason Rosario, deserves to be on the pound for pound list. And I was just saying this, so like I say, it's both ways. When I watched it, I didn't get a chance to talk about it last time I talked when I did my show, because I go so much, I talk about so much, and my mind just go too fast. That's why I kind of want to rehash it. Just like I say, when they wasn't giving Bud no credit over that PBC, they wasn't mentioning his name in the top welterweight, Like I say, that's wrong. Just like ESPN, like I say, that's wrong. Charlo deserved to be on there. Devin, I don't know, he got a little bit more proven, I can't say, but being undisputed, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. But I think Charlo over time and fought a lot of good fighters, and has proved his worth, so I'll put him in there. I would say Shakur being at the same time, being that his talent level is so high, he hasn't really struggled, and he's looked better and better in all his fights. And again, he's unified the championship. He beat a 2-division world champion. He's a 2-division world champion. And, all the things above. So I think they had it right on Shakur. I can't remember the list, but, it was a lot of stir about that. So I just wanted to give my take on that. I think Usyk definitely deserved to go up there. Usyk is a hell of a talent. I mean, if you break him down, the shit he doing, it, like I say, it is pound for pound. That motherfucker was 105 pounds, 108, 12. It don't matter. That motherfucker got a boxing mind. That man is hell of a boxer. And you see the tremendous grit that he got, and he come back from 4 rounds and never let off the gas for 4 rounds. So I got to put Usyk up there. Even though he a big man, that man looked like a little man up there. That man using way more technique and skill than a lot of them guys up there. Way more boxing IQ up there than a lot of them. So I give Usyk a lot of credit for that. And so I don't know what else any of y'all got to say about that. We'll talk about it. Let's get into some questions. Okay, we're talking about the fights that never happened. We don't know if this fight gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. All those things considered. But if it don't happen, let's talk about some fights that didn't happen. You seen I had the Aaron Pryor going up there. I was trying to go off my mind because I didn't do nothing. I didn't do no research. I went straight off the dome. So I thought I definitely went with Mayweather's and Paul Williams, and I had Sugar Ray Leonard versus what's the fella's name? And Pryor, big, huge fights that should have definitely happened. Fights that should have definitely happened. Don't know reason why it happened, but it didn't happen. Marcel Soto said, "Let's go, champ." DJ Seb says, "What it do, Bernie?" Slim Shady says, "Give us some good news on Crawford Spence." I'm starting to give up, family. You can't. They say, "Hold on like a hubcap in the fast lane." The fool says, "Mega matchups that never happened." Leonard versus Aaron Pryor. And to say that the fool says Lennox Lewis versus Bo. I want to give apology to my boy Joe Hill. When I watched the Riddick Bowe fight first from a distance, maybe as the footage was grainy, I didn't understand how he got stopped by Lennox Lewis. It didn't like it was that bad, but once I got to see up close, he did deserve. Lennox Lewis hit him so hard he didn't know where he was at. And Joe said he's seen the same thing in training camp at the Olympic Training Center. But Aaron Pryor, I mean, they treat that man so bad. Like he say, I worked over this. If you watch that Legendary Nights, man, beautiful documentary. Get to see Aaron Pryor talk. I had the pleasure of having lunch with him in 1998 at the Biloxi National in Biloxi, Mississippi, at the National Golden Gloves. I sat down and had breakfast with him at one of the spots down there. I like to say Aaron Pryor, the great Aaron Pryor. But he couldn't get that fight. I don't even know how Sugar Ray Leonard slept at night. I don't know how he slept at night. He said, "Listen, before he was Mr. Leonard, he went crazy." What'd he tell him? He said, I done whooped everybody 140. I ain't got nothing to prove there. All I want is the fight, And so like I say, I mean, he stormed in his press conference, real classy, not disrespectful, real classy, and spoke his piece, and the man never got hurt. I think it would have been a tremendous fight, given what Sugar Ray Leonard has shown over his time and career. I think he definitely could have handled it. I definitely think that, if Guayo could hang in there, who was a smaller fighter, could hang in there for at least, catch him in between and doing different things like that. Not as strong as a Sugar Ray Leonard. I think Sugar Ray Leonard definitely could have hung in there with him, and it'd have been a tremendous fight. Now, again, styles make fights. And Pryor, what's his fella's name? Guayo was a sharpshooter. And so, never know. But anyway, I see Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe. Well, I got to thinking too. I was listening to was it I think it was Mayo Stewart. Beautiful thing on Mayo Stewart on YouTube about explaining the heavyweight division and different things like that. A lovely breakdown from Mayo Stewart. But like he said, I think Eddie Futch said he said that Eddie Futch told him that he stopped that fight because Riddick Bowe never got over the fact that Lennox Lewis beat him like that. He just had a mental mind thing over him. And, Eddie Futch is a great legendary trainer, a great boxing mind. Come out of the Michigan area. Grew up, had Sugar Ray Robinson as friends, before they was Sugar Ray Robinson. Joe Louis trained him before he was, the great brown bomber and such things like that. Also a great, outstanding lightweight champion fighter of himself, who he trained, Joe Frazier, plenty of great fighters. Eddie Futch did. But anyway, he was the head trainer of Riddick Bowe at the time. And like you say, I decided to call the fight. And because Lennox Lewis just obviously had Riddick Bowe's number, had his mind. And, but hell, I think that was been a hell of a fight. I know this for a fact. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't have Aaron Pryor's mind. Aaron Pryor wanted his ass. And I think that Mayweather's would have been a hell of a fight with Paul Williams. He didn't, he tried everything in his power, which I love Mayweather, but he wasn't looking to get to know Paul Williams, man. He wasn't looking to get to know Margarito neither, but definitely I'm thinking of a Paul Williams because, definitely the comparisons to the great Tommy Hearns. Even though Tommy Hearns was a dynamic puncher, but a hell of a boxer too, underrated boxer, beautiful jab, step around fighter, combinations. Actually, that's my boy. Shout out to my boy Saitel out there. That's actually his favorite fighter. Go watch the boxing exhibitions he was putting on against Aaron Barkley before he got stopped. Sugar Ray Leonard before he got stopped. Hell of a boxer Tommy Hearns was. But shoot. So hell of a fight. Hell of a fight with Aaron Pryor and this guy, it's things that never happen. But like I say, Paul Williams and Mayweather's hell of a fight. Paul Williams throw 1,000 punches in a fight. I don't know, probably almost 100 punches around. How would he match up? How would Mayweather, who likes to think and likes to pick his shots, so to speak, how would he deal with that? Plus the man was 6'3". Man, a beautiful fight, nightmare for you though, some guy you do avoid him, pass him over. We don't go fight him till they make us fight him. You understand? And listen, this is a business. You understand? This is a business, but we talking about fights that will never happen. So also I was thinking, listen, my boy the fool says Clubber Lane versus Apollo Creed. Oh, cold-blooded. But I still favor Apollo Creed because, like you see, when Apollo Creed got into boxing like him, got Rocky to box like him, he made it easy. Okay, so I was thinking about a small fighter. I was thinking, Mark Too Sharp Johnson versus Finito Lopez. And then I thought about Lopez, who was only a 105-pounder, but Too Sharp Johnson was a 112-pounder. I was thinking, what's that? 12 pounds? No, he moved up to 108. So he could have jumped up maybe another 4 pounds, almost like Bam Bam did to fight Soren Visi. He was a 108-pound contender. He jumped 7 pounds, 115, and fought Soren Visi, I think, for the Quadras for the WBC championship. Jumped 2 weight classes almost for the fight. That small, 7 pounds can make a difference. But anyway, like I said, the great Finito Lopez, 51-1, had 1 draw against the great Rosendo Alvarez from Nicaragua. Fought tooth and nail, kind of fought Lopez on the end. And Rosendo Alvarez was a hell of a fighter, a little younger, kind of a short, stocky, bully type of fighter, really crafty, and of course, under the tutelage of Nacho Beristain, you know how they box, counter punchers, upright boxers, a la what's his name, Marquez, Rafael Marquez, and what's his name, Juan Ma. You understand? Okay, going crazy over here. You know who it is. It's yours truly. It's Bernie the Boxer. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Okay, so fights that never happen. Nate Johnson, what'd he say? Give Buzz some money. Showtime. Stop. Cool Breeze says, hey. All right. What else happened, man? Ain't nothing else. Nate Johnson says, who remembers Chef Walcon having both Young Floyd and Judah in his music video? Like I say, boxing is hip hop. Aaron Pryor never moved up to welterweight. He didn't need to. He was already a welterweight. But good point. Good point. Good point. Never fought at a welterweight. You understand? True story. Undefeated junior welterweight champion before he lost. He came back and lost one time. Postman said, I'm starting to get worried we're not going to get the Spence Crawford. It's going to happen. Whole 75 said, let's go. Louisiana in the building. In the house. What they say? What they say down there in Louisiana? Well, I just talking about my girl that I messed with. She used to make from Louisiana, they moved up for the Hurricane Katrina. Well, she used to make these these fajitas, man. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. She used to make these fire fajitas, man. Macwell says, Northside. Yes, sir. Luke Kalau says, what's up? Shout out to Team Crawford. Appreciate you, family. All roads lead to Lord Devin Haney. Listen, Devin Haney is good to be Devin Haney. Devin Haney got so many fights to pick from. You know, the lightweight division is crawling. And you could pull some guys up, Like I say, move your championship, make some good defenses of your championship. Like I say, you got those guys, you got Tank, you got Shakur coming up, you got those guys coming on down the line, but defend that championship a couple more times. I think this hell of an experience for him. Like I say, he already went over there against what's this fella's name over in Australia. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight again. Always love a comeback story. And, being that he had super success against T.O., maybe he had enough chance to adjust to Devin, and maybe he can come through better, at least make it a better fight. But I think Devin, for what is his shortcomings, not the most exciting fighter, but, he get the job done, as you've seen. He knows how to pick his spots. He just like a Mayweather's, not as maybe not, as how can I say, as perfect as how he sets everything up and how he go about it, but his thinking, his mind thinking how to win a round, how Mayweather, got the master of winning the rounds. And I think that's some of the things that he picked up. And I give him kudos for that, being a young fella, stepping his IQ up, So with that being said, that makes Devin a hell of a threat, a fella like that. So he'd be a threat to anybody. But the lightweight division is a hell of a division. It's good for him. And, what can I say? What can I say? But I would think, to say, I wouldn't want to say too much, but I felt like it didn't really do much for him that now that he's the undisputed champion. I read an article and it said that how he wanted to be like Pernell Whitaker and defend the championships for a little while, and it just now that just ring true to me what I said. But the one in the comments said that Devin Haney saying all the right things just to be heard, and I for some odd reason, what I love about him, I think he's a hell of a fighter, but I thought that rang true, I think he's a good fighter, but I think that it's going to take more of somebody like a high level fighter to watch him, to see something in him for his reign to be kind of exciting. I don't think he's an exciting champion. Okay. But, nevertheless, he is the undisputed lightweight champion, and I'm putting big respect on his name. Shout out to Devin Haney and his father, Bill. Okay. Luis Crispy says, I'm saying Bud ain't fighting like a year from now. Why the fuck is he going to fight Spence like that? I'm saying Bud ain't fight. Well, again, they giving us so much about his age. Training camps are pretty tough, and I think 1 year won't hurt him. Being that the fighter that the kind of money that these fighters is getting paid, millions of dollars, what can you say? That's just the way it is, and you gotta accept like that. That's how it all goes. All the fighters, when they start out, they fighting a lot. But the more money they make, they fighting less, because they need the fights that matter. You understand? So we need the fights that matter. Now I don't know what to hold up on this fight, but I know I'm sick of worrying about it too. I hope it come to fruition, just like all these fights that I'm talking about. Riddick Bowe versus Lennox Lewis, Two Sharp Johnsons versus Benito Lopez, Mayweather's versus Paul Williams, Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Shoot, we got Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. Too late. Plenty of other ones I didn't name. I didn't go into Charlie versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Versus Sugar Ray Robinson. Jack Johnson versus Sam Langford 2. Sam Langford versus Stanley Ketchel. You understand? What's the name? Harry Wheels versus Jack Dempsey. Ooh, come on. Fights that never was. Mega matchups. Life changing. Did my boy Harry Wheels like that? Kept him out the picture because he was black. sad, pathetic, did us bad. Come on. Fights that never happened but should have. Ooh, wee. I was reading, I want to get this book right now. I was kind of looking through my, trying to do some research on the internet. And you got to go, if y'all get a chance, go look at Canada's boxers. You know, a lot of slaves, they escaped from America to Canada, you know, because it was freedom in Canada. So a lot of blacks thrived in Canada. You know, Stanley Ketchel was, Sam Langford is from Canada. George Dixon, Little Chocolate, the first black bantamweight and featherweight champion is from Canada. You know, it's a lot of great fighters from Canada. It was a fighter named Larry Gaines. He got an autobiography called The Impossible Dream. He knocked out Max Schmeling. He beat a lot of good fighters in the early 30s when the heavyweight championship was kind of dismal, but never got a shot at the championship due to his color. You know, hate to say it, but, you know, when Jack Johnson won the championship, boy, they banned him, everybody. You know, it took a lot for Joe Louis to win that championship, giving up half of his 10% of his purse as long as he was the champion. And other things of that nature, just to get a shot at the championship as a heavyweight championship, because, you know, they say poundage means power. You understand? That's why the little guys don't get enough credit as the big guys. But anyway, fuck I was saying. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Excuse my language. Boy, I was going crazy over here. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, Bernard? I don't know. I was talking about the heavyweight championship. I forget. I forget what I was saying. I forget. So let me give you some questions, and I hope I remember. Postman says, Shields versus Baumgartner. Did you see how swole Baumgartner looked? She swole. And she good looking too. She good looking and she swole and she can fight. She got a hard, she knocked that girl out, knocked her clear across the ring. That's going to be a hell of a fight. I mean, you know, like to say they both good looking, but they, you know, it's going to be a hell of a fight. They girls too. I mean, you don't want to. This gonna be hell of a fight. You know, it's gonna be a big spectacle over there. You know, Carissa Shields, they're gonna be throwing them hands, man. It's a big show. I'm so happy for the girls. Like I said, if you watched my show last time, it was really over in England that boxing was kind of more popular with the women over there. It goes back since the beginning of time. You know, ain't nothing new with boxing, and women ain't gonna let you do nothing without women. Is like. Women is tough. Like I said, you know, you try to put them in the box, they ain't. They good at that type of stuff, but they can do other stuff too. You know, women, they tough. So I wouldn't put in no pass here. You know, they got tennis, they got golf down, they got only thing they ain't got no football league down, but they do the lingerie stuff. They do some of that rough stuff. Some of them that bang. You know, I mean, I don't know, but anyway, you got to give a shout out to the women. You know, and women, boxing women. I mean. Like I say, do your history. I mean, they keep coming up. You know, we got the young ones like Baby Bug, you know, from the Bay Area, amateur coming up. You know, you got trailblazers like Layla Ali, Christy Martin, Lucia Riker, you know, paving the way for them girls. You know, like I say, and it's the hell of a fight for them. You know, it's just only getting bigger and better for them. And so I'm glad to see them get their just due. You know, you got Serrano, you got Katie Taylor. You know, I'm so glad. And the best addition I think that they did to them was that they awarded them the Ring Magazine championships. I think, you know, that's important, you know, for all the things about the belts, you know, just in my mind, you know, for what everybody got opinion. They all like asshole, you know, and this is just my opinion. You understand? Just my opinion. And it's pretty that think like me. You understand? But the Ring Magazine is the ultimate championship. You know, it's the ultimate symbol of achieving your goal, being a world champion. And, you know, like I say, the way the world is going, yesterday is long forgotten, but it shouldn't be. You understand? Substance should rule over style and everything else. You know, it's substance. And I think, you know, the Ring Magazine, you know, being that Nat Flasher was the founder, you know, try to put some substance in that thing, make the title mean something, you know, and also, you know, like I say, it's the champion that makes it, you know, like a Barrera defending WBO championship, Prince Nassim making the WBO championship something. Plenty of great WBO champions. You know, IBF, Larry Holmes made that something, you know, because first WBC and WBA, you know, so substance, you know, substance in a Ring Magazine is that. And them girls, they got a couple on the line this weekend coming up. So I hope y'all tune in, check them girls out. I think it's going to be a hell of an event. Shout out to everybody on the card. Shout out to everybody that throw the card. You understand? And what can I say? They going up. Now, can't remember where I was talking about. Don't understand what I was talking about. But it is what it is. All right. Lucky, hold on, where I'm at. I got 34 minutes. I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go 45 minutes and I'll be done. 4 to 5 minutes, I'll be done. Lil Crispy says, man, ain't NB got I don't know what he's trying to say. I don't know what he say. I don't know what that say, man. I don't know what that say, bro. I don't know what that say. What else is new? C-Mail said that Bud fight 19, as some speculate, he out 364 days and last televised fight. He stay in the ring, staging. Oh, yeah. You know, like I say, the man stay sharp. You see with the young fellas, you know, he out there with Shakur. We got Keyshawn going up on the 23rd on as the preview to Shakur Stevenson defending championship against Robinson Caseo, gold medalist out of 2016 Olympics. It's going to be a hell of a matchup. You know, the kids going up, the future of boxing, you know, and defending his hometown. The king is coming home, and Shakur Stevenson at the presidential center. And, you know, Keyshawn Davis, they run tight. You know, of course, he's a BNB stable mate, and I'm looking for him to look sharp on the card and keep putting on. You understand? Okay, MD, appreciate you, family. Yes, sir. Okay, LW Box says Marina is from Panama. Okay, Marino is from Panama. Bad southpaw, long reigning bantamweight champion. Should have got the Ring Magazine championship at bantamweight. I mean, he beat all the lineal champions, and I can't say enough about Anselmo Marino. But Mares was too strong, bullied him, didn't ever let him get started. Okay. Kevin Starks. He says Sugar Ray Leonard got dropped by Kevin Howard, but he won the fight. Again, okay, I think that's what I said. I might have got the name wrong, but he did get dropped, and I know he did. Like again, show you right. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Macworld says Bud about to make Trey Songz hit the notes. He in there. Hey, I didn't know that. I see Bud. I hit Bud up. I hit him up. I text him. I said, man, what happened? I seen on the Breakfast Club. They said he's gonna knock out Trey Songz. He said, yeah, man, Trey Songz was tripping, man. That's all he said. He said, you gonna what Bud tell him? He said, man, you're gonna be screaming for all your friends or something, man. Trey Songz, leave that man alone. Please listen to Charlamagne. Leave that man alone. Baby, can you do me a favor? Can you give me that pop? And I got this cup right here in this ice. I've been running off at the mouth, and I'm finna get off of here. Appreciate everybody. He says, Jannard Hill says, salute Bernie the Boxer. I have ESPN Plus. Shields versus Marshall is on ESPN, $9.99 monthly subscription. Okay, so it's on ESPN Plus. I'm gonna figure it out because I can't miss it. I can't miss it. I can't miss it. Tim Stoddy says Loma shouldn't be on there. That's true, but again, like I say, every time somebody that look like them, they're gonna put them up there way more than you understand. And I think a hell of a lot about Lomachenko, but come on. Just like I say, Canelo can't still be number one because he lost. It was a good fight in there, but he still lost. He can't be number one. Stop it. Oh, we okay. Who I got, man? I got Big Dose. I got Postman. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You know who it is. You know what it is. Yours truly, man. It's Bernie the Boxer. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Donald Banks says, Bernie, what's good with you? Appreciate you. Man, like I said, I ain't doing nothing. Happy Labor Day. You know everybody that know y'all probably grill. I want to give a super shout out to my mother-in-law. She cooked good. My old lady cooked good. Put them yams on. Put that macaroni on. We had them. We had grilled pork chops, grilled ribs. I mean, we had the works, man. Chocolate cake. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I was appreciated. I hope they feel appreciated, and I hope y'all feel appreciated. You know, you work hard. You deserve it. You understand? You gotta treat yourself. If nothing else, treat yourself good. You understand? Nothing else, treat yourself good. Big Doe says, let's talk about who shouldn't be on there. Loma, Usyk should be on there for sure. Ain't no question, man. You know, Usyk, hell of a fighter. I can't see how you couldn't put him on there. And you know what? I've been watching a lot of boxing lately. I've been watching a lot of boxing and just a lot of documentaries on YouTube. And, you know, Lennox Lewis, I talk a lot of shit about Lennox Lewis, man. I want to apologize. Because Lennox Lewis be banging. You know, Lennox Lewis be banging, though. I mean, you know, when they put them highlights together, it give you a different perspective. You know, I mean, I never like his style, but Lennox Lewis be banging. And then when you listen to Manuel Stewart break it down, I mean, you have so much more respect for him. You know, I apologize. Sometimes I'll be talking too fast. I'll be talking a lot of shit. And I'll give sometimes, not right. But Lennox Lewis, that man would get it on, man. Like I said, he fought everybody. and he go tooth and nail with him, man, Jesus Christ. I give him a lot of credit. He had a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and he, man, Lenzo was tough. But I just didn't like his style. That's it. I give him a lot of credit. I just didn't like his style. Mr. Got You Too, what he say? One love, Bernie. They don't know B&B and Rated RP is CW and Explorador is on steroid. Exactly. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you know, I'm so proud of Bud. I'm so happy for what he's doing. You know, give him a super shout out, man. When he opened up that gym, man, it just when I first put my bag down, man, we had a little rickety gym too. I just felt right at home, man. It was just glad to be back at home. Being at CW, changed a couple things around. It just was the same, you know. And when I was out the gym for a little while, and it just, you know, wasn't the same. But when I got to B&B, and man, it just at home, and I'm so glad. So now we got the big state of the art gym, and I can't complain. Anyway, I give a big shout out to CW. You know, Carl get a lot of rep, but I want to thank him. CW is a legend in this town. Helped a lot of people, created a lot of opportunities, opened a lot of doors for people, gave them a lot of outlets, you know, and did a lot for this community. So I give him a tremendous shout out. Mac World says, I don't make the fights. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, listen, no arguing on here, no arguing. So you confirm that it's not even sure. Okay, so we ain't talking about nothing. Okay, let me see what else I got. Nate Johnson. We got a pound for pound list. Let's talk about pound for pound list. Anybody else got any fights that you can talk about? We'll talk about that for 2 more minutes, and I'm going to get out of here. Nate Johnson says he got Bivol, Spence 2, Crawford 3, Usyk 4, got Charlo 5. He got Canelo 7, Inayu 8, Haney 9, Shakur 10, Shakur 9, Haney 9, Shakur 10, Fulton. Okay, I don't understand. Canelo is 7, Inayu is 8, Haney is 9, Shakur is 10, and then you got Fulton in there. Well, Shakur is a pound for pounder, I think, because, you know, he went up in weight. I think it's a good list. You know, you could put, if you want to put Spence up there, I don't understand, you know, because we're talking about pound for pound now. Welterweight, you want to give them a little bit more credit, how they want to do. All right. But again, we beat them guys worse. He just beat them first. So I don't understand, you know. Spence been shook up more times than Bud. You know, we knocked out all our guys. Spence struggled with his fighters in the welterweight division. All right. But, you know, great list. I won't ever take that away from your list. But I definitely think that, you know, Devin got a point to getting on there. But we forgot somebody. Where's Bam at? Y'all got to put some respect on that man's name. Y'all got to put some respect on that kid's name. Where's Bam Rodriguez at, man? ESPN didn't have Bam Rodriguez on there. Bam Rodriguez is one of the coldest fighters out there right now, bar none. He don't get hit. Beautiful technical. All kind of stuff he be doing in there. Bam Rodriguez is kind of probably tops hard Bam Rodriguez is cold-blooded right now. Bam Rodriguez is, man, they didn't put no respect. Bam Rodriguez probably the coldest little dude out there right now. Don't nobody want to be Bam Rodriguez right now. He cold. Bam Rodriguez, they got to put some respect on that man. They didn't put that man on there, but Bam Rodriguez is definitely up there for sure. You know what I'm saying? And if I could say one thing, I understand that Devin is, you know, undisputed, but who can I get up out of there besides that? I mean, somebody can go because he definitely deserved it. If it's Loma, it's Loma. On that list, then get him off of there because Bam definitely deserved to get on there. If somebody else, they got to put some respect on. You got to put Bam on there. The man went, he was top contender at 108. The man jumped 2 weight classes and beat the 2 division champions. That was some of the top guys in there in that division and whooped them thorough. Man, come on. And he young. What, he 22 years old? I gotta give him super credit. I got to give him super credit. Okay. Modern King Boxing, appreciate you. Who else I got? Boxing True says from the bottom, appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. You know, come all the way from the bottom. Who else I got in here? I got Kevin Starks, like I say, Unique Dawn, Postman. Who else I got? Walter Tran. Hold on, what he say? Megan Royal says Mayweather would have done Paul Williams like he did Corrales. Well, Corrales was so keyed up in his head that I don't, I think that's what kind of ruined him, and he wasn't active, But Paul Williams was an active guy. He could bounce on his toes too as well. Chico Corrales was like a stalking type of fighter. It doesn't matter who he fought. He was more of a stalking type of fighter. That's why Casamora had so much success in him. I think Casamora stopped him. I think he won 2 of those fights, I think, against Corrales. Maybe, I think. I'm not sure, but Corrales gave him a hell of a fight because, he could box and counterpunch. But Paul Williams, being a buzzsaw type of puncher, so I don't know. I think that's a whole different setup. I know they was both tall and rangy, but Paul Williams was a buzzsaw. Puncher, fighter. Kevin Starr says Bud is an A-side, undefeated, exciting fighter, won more belts. Not his job to promote a fight. He's a fighter, not the promoter. True statement. And like I said, I think it's a hell of a fight. I think it's just a beautiful fight, and I can't wait for the fight to happen. Retract those hands back to defense after firing punches. Makes sense. D-Ray Promotion says, Omaha, appreciate you, D-Ray. Nate Johnson says, Showtime. Boy, Nate Johnson, I appreciate you. Showtime make billions per year. Stop holding up the stop and pay Bud. Like I say, whoever said they got to get 30 million. I don't know. And I don't know how much they watch this stuff or how much they take it for granted. Take it in the heart. But man, I wouldn't know what's holding up the fight. Like I say, who am I? What do I know? I don't know. You never seen something so hard to make it. Don't understand why it's so hard. These guys is right on the cusp of, being superstars outside of boxing. I think the more the buildup is coming, I think there is growing anticipation for them to move outside of boxing. And I think they do got a lot to offer. Both guys, I think, once they're comfortable, they got a lot of charisma into themselves. I think, it's not jumping right at you, but I think, once they get into that mode, they can have fun and show who they are. And I think they both good guys. Like I say, if this fight can make the second fight as big as we think the first fight should be, far as the mainstreams, far as the pay-per-views, far as everything, get the fight out there first. Okay, that's all I got to say more about that fight. Megan Rowe says, Ann Wolf, hell of a fighter. Couldn't get the fight with, was it Layla Ali or somebody? She couldn't get a defining fight, but, hell of a fighter. Brought along Kirkland, took him to, shout out to her. Shout out to Ann Wolf. Says, if Helenius makes tough fight for Wilder, then Ruiz could get him. Wilder took 2 beatings from Fury. He's 36, but his body probably feels 45. Well, I was thinking the same thing. Me and my boy Mike was talking about that. Andy Ruiz has a lot of fast hands. Ain't took no beatings in the ring, and Wilder might got a little more wear and tear on him. But I think Wilder can box. Go watch Wilder against Devin. I think if he put on performance like that, I think he can do something. But I like Andy Ruiz. I really wanted Andy Ruiz to, not necessarily beat Joshua, but I want him to come back in a better way. I didn't want him to just win the money and win the championship and then just fall off like he did. I wanted him to at least come back in better shape and make it a hell of a fight, and he let me down in that regard, But what can I say? He was the champion and he had millions. What can I say? Gonna do what he gonna do. Okay. So listen, I got Timmy Sardomar says, Chillville, what's up, bro? What are you talking about? Big Dose says, Spence got Uga speaking perfect English. He did, boys. He beat him stiff. I ain't gonna lie about that. He beat him stiff. Uga sat right there and let him beat him stiff. Let him beat him stiff. Tavon, what do you say? Bernie, what's up, OG? Finally caught a live one. Respect to you, brother. Appreciate you. Loma got that Nakatani win off Verdejo after Verdejo softened him up. Well, listen, he put him in front of him, he knocked him down, he didn't struggle with him. If you struggled with him, that'd have been sad, right? That'd have been a knock on him. So, you gotta move them fights how they fighting. Just like they fed Mares with this guy that just got stopped. Just keep switching it around. You understand? You just got to keep pitting them together, just like got Pedraza versus Comey. You know, they in-house fights, you know, and they still world-class fighters, you know, and you mixing up with some, you know, with a name guy, world-class fighter, maybe on the down a little bit, but, you know, still, what the man gonna do? You know, that's boxing, and it ain't nothing new. It's been around since that's the game. Modern Box says, Lomo Cristo versus Haney should be next, but Devin trajectory is on high future endeavors. Well, I think with the exception of a fella named Tio that left up out of here, I think Lomachenko's still the guy. You know, I think he still has the name recognition at the division that you know, that at division. You know, I think he's still a force to be reckoned with. You know, it just is what it is. You know, like I say, come off 2 impressive victories. You know, you still got to go through. You still got to go through him. You know, it is what it is. You still got to go through Loma, and that's why Shakur, I think, is calling him so much. You know, I think that's why Shakur is envisioning that fight. But you know, if I could say one more thing before I get out here, because I could talk boxing all day long. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I apologize. I lost my place. It be like that sometimes. Like I say, I just talk this boxing. I love it, and I can go on forever. But if I could do anything for them, I'll be looking for the Undisputed Championship. I'll be looking to fight Devin Haney if I was them. I'll be looking to do some African shit, some cold-blooded shit. You know what I'm saying? Some royal shit. You know, I'll be trying to collab with Wooty Wop, with Spence and motherfucking and Bud, and I'll be linking up with them. I'll be trying to get on their undercard and make this shit extravaganza. You understand? Make this shit big. Put them 2 on the card. You know, like my boy Jimbo said, stack this card. You know what I'm saying? Get it out there. If that's what I was trying to, if I could say anything for him, you know, like I say, Lomachenko was a hell of a fight, and I think, you know, all the done in boxing. But as far as a glow up fight, if I was Tank, man, let's go. Come on. Listen, if you real, you real. If you ain't, you ain't. Eventually, it's gonna come to light. So, like I say, let's go. You know, if you that. You know, you're a lightweight. This is a lightweight champion. Let's go. You understand? So, I'll be thinking, you know, it's a hell of a fight. And you know, a fighter, whoever lose, like say about whoever losing these mega fights, yeah, you might lose a little mystique. You might lose a little bit, but hell, shit. Like I say, you in the annals of greatness. You took a chance. You know. And that's what it is. And the only thing that's going to solidify that is putting your best foot forward. And I hate to say it, I don't want to beat the horse. Mikey Garcia didn't put his best good foot forward. That was weak. He sold his soul. That's all I'm saying. You know, so if you Tank, go in there and try to knock him to death. You understand? The man is a boxing master. Go in there and try to kill him. And be in top shape. You know, shit. So, you know, I mean, fuck. What can I say? So that's what I'll be looking for, man. I want to give a super shout out to my boy Alim. Give him Alim. He beat plenty of hell of a fighter, plenty of good fighter. Alim, he deserved a title shot. Fulton got a scene. The other fella, Majun, got a scene. You got to see Alim. Now, I've been rooting for Alim ever since I've been rooting for Alim. Alim deserve a championship. If you're a real boxing fan, you got to go for Alim. He deserve a championship. You understand? We talk about the heart of boxing. We talk about a contender. He deserve a shot at the championship. You know, you got fighters like Prograis who had their shot at the championship and been blackballed, and he deserved his shot. You got a fighter like Zepeda who came up close to the championship, rebuilt his career, and got on the verge of another championship. But man, they dogging my boy Alim, and I'm sick of it. The man deserve a shot. Give Alim a shot. I'm Reese Alim, a top contender for any junior featherweight championship. And I'm done talking about it. Excuse me. Let me get my soda. I'll be right back. I'm about to log off for a few seconds, but I can't stop talking about this boxing. Where we at? We at 9:59. Okay. We at 1 hour, man. I went up at 9. Who I got? I got everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Like I say, I stumble over my word because I get so excited. I can't help it. I can't help it, man. I love talking this boxing, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. You know who it is. You know what it is. It's yours truly is Bernie the Boxer. Let me give some super shout out. Let me get some more shout out. Definitely want to give a shout out to Bill Green, everybody else that put on the card, everybody that showed up this weekend at the fights, put on good fights. You know, your dedication is uncanny, and Bernie want to salute you for that. You know, I say we got the girls going up this weekend. Michaela, man, you know, We ride or die, baby. I'm wishing you the best. I think it's going to be a tremendous fight, so don't y'all forget to do that. Who else I got? I want to give a super shout out to my boy Donnell with the accuracy ball, the leading innovator in combat sports. Who else I got? I want to give a shout out to Lev. I'll give a shout out to Coach Dirt. You understand? Out there doing this thing. Young Ant, the rest of them out there. Shakur, the whole team. Pop. Who else I got out there, man? Who else I got out there? Give boys, see my boy shout out there. Saitel out there in Cali doing this thing. You understand? Working with the youth out there. Former #1 amateur in the country. You understand? Doing this thing. Coach Chuck, appreciate you. Who else I got? Pops. It was good talking to you. You understand? Your boy Ventura, he showed back up. Hopefully he can get inspired by what he did in them little 6 rounds, and maybe he can make do. The boy's still young. He got a promising future, and maybe the Lord will touch him and he come through for you. So great talking to you. Like I say, give a super shout out to Bill, Team Crawford for sure. We got Keyshawn Davis going up. The DB3, shout out to DB3, period. Doing their thing, period. You see Kelvin came off the ropes on that boy. MD said, Bernie, I thought that was him. He said, Bernie, I thought Keyshawn was Kelvin. He said, I want to shake his hand. He said, I know they say he tough, but his brother tough too. I want to shake his hand. The man came off the ropes, hit him with the up hook, knocked him out bad, Kelvin. Like I say, you never know. A fighter, when it count, boys, you can be plenty of world champions in the gym, but that shit don't count. When the lights turn on, when you show up, that's what count. Everything else don't count. When the lights show up, the lights turn on. That's what count. And when the lights turned on, Kelvin, keep doing your thing. You showed up. Okay. So with that, hold on. Modern Boxer says Mayweather was getting past the jab of Paul Williams. That'd have been hard. Like I say, intriguing matchup. Maybe y'all can get something to think about it, y'all. If we could talk about it later at another time, but give you something to think about. Excuse me. What can I say? If you do get a chance, go ahead and look up Mark Too Sharp Johnson. Go ahead and look up Finito Lopez. Who else was it? Of course, we had the great Charlie Burley. You don't got too much fights on him. The great Sam Langford, I always talk about him. There's a couple other fighters, in there. The Aaron Pryor situation. Go look at Legendary Nights, Aaron Pryor versus Alex Arguello. You can see the clip on there, him challenging Sugar Ray Leonard. Great stuff. So anyway, I'm hold on. Wait 2 seconds. Modern Boxer says, I keep Estrada though. Okay. Estrada, he struggled in this fight. El Gallo, him and Chocolatito fighting again for the Ring Magazine 115-pound championship. I think they fought tooth and nail in 2 fights now. They're going to fight a 3rd fight. I give him super credit, just like Josh Taylor. Take them alphabet belts. You can have them. I'm the Ring Magazine champion. I'm the lineal champion. Ain't nothing going to stop that. Although they still got that fella, both of them on their brothers. They tough. Franco and Bam Bam, they right there on their heels. But, I think it's wherever you can get those guys at, hell, I think that'll be a hell of a fight on the undercard of some of these guys, Estrada versus Chocolatito. Hell of a boxing minds out there. Hell of a skillful guys out there. Getting a little bit past it, but they definitely ring savvy in there, and it's for the Junior Bantamweight Championship of the world. So great stuff. Speaking of another great bantamweight Junior Bantamweight Championship, go watch Johnny Tapia versus Danny Romero in a unification match for the WBO and the IBF Championship. Hometown rivalry, great fight for the Junior Bantamweight Championship. Go check that shit out, man. And since one more time, I'm gonna give you one more Jew before I go. Speaking of Junior Bantamweights, who was the first Black Junior Bantamweight champion? It was Mark Too Sharp Johnson. I look it up on Google, it'll never say that. But Mark Too Sharp Johnson is the first Black 115-pound world champion, as the first Black African-American flyweight champion. So give a super shout out to Mark Too Sharp Johnson. Definitely he deserved to go in the Hall of Fame. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Coach Bug. Everybody over there doing their thing. Everybody in the boxing. You understand? You know who it is. You know what it is. Yours truly. It's Bernie the Boxer. I say, and I'm gone. Shh. I said, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Ooh-wee, I'm gone.